thing. It might have been bigger. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? You know,
for sure.
But I didn't have the support from none of my clients that I work with. So the record didn't do the distance that I thought it should have. It should have went Billboard. But it did do a lot. It was like top 20 global on Spotify.
Yeah.
Top 3 song of that year on TikTok.
That's dope, bro. Man, at the end of the day, you did something a lot of people wish they could do, bro.
Yeah.
You get that moment, that's a huge moment. And I think it says a lot when people talk about reinvention, because that's what the entertainment, because music industry is a part of that, is about. It's about reinventing yourself. And as many times as you can do that, it continues to give you that longevity. Now, mind you, you have to have talent to reinvent yourself. Like, you know, so you have to find what your other passions are in that space. Like, for example, I'm reinventing myself by doing these. You know what I'm saying? So you have to find what your passion is and then continue to reinvent yourself, because that's extremely important. And it has to be in alignment with what your gift is. A lot of times people want to be an artist, but they're not really good at being an artist. They're just a better songwriter or producer, but then they're trying to be an artist too, or they're trying to be a songwriter and producer, and they're really an artist on the flip side. Or you're trying to be an artist when you really should be a manager. Like, it's a whole lot of different opportunities to make. Let me tell you something. You make just as much money behind the scenes as you do in front of the camera. Trust me. And most people want the notoriety. But if you're the person behind the artist, because I've been behind an artist or two that have done $1 million deals, and I'm doing all right. So I don't see my.
I see what you're doing.
So I'm doing like, and I'm never on the thing. I'm doing all right. So don't.
No, that's the truth though. I do feel like that. I guess the want of the crowd singing your song, that was something I did want. I ain't gonna lie.
Absolutely.
I did, like, I got caught up in that. I'm like, yo, the crowd singing my song. Like, I don't gotta write for nobody else no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can sing my songs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I went through a whole 3 year of just focusing on that and not even focusing on nobody else. I quit the game because I felt like this is the way out. This is my way out. I don't gotta like work for other artists and not get the credit. You know, I'm finally getting the credit for something I did. You know what I'm saying? And it's actually, I'm the performer. You know what I mean? But to what you said, like, sometimes some artists don't. Some people can do it all. I ain't gonna lie. Some people do it all.
Yeah, you happen
it's
to be
a few.
one. Yeah, it's a few.
It's only a few though.
Yeah,
it's only a few. But some people don't know their roles.
Right.
They get them mixed up. They think they could do this and think they could do that. You know what I mean? And I, as a person that's been behind the scenes, the person that's been in front of the camera, I do feel like behind the scenes, people behind the scenes, they making money.
Yes, they are.
The people on the camera is
Yes,
the most
we
stressed.
are. Yes,
the people on the front of the camera are the most stressed. They got to deal with the most, drama. The people behind the scenes, we can sit back and create and be creative and just get our ideas out there.
Yep.
You know,
I agree, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, man, I just think it's amazing, man, that you Milwaukee native, bro, and you've done worldwide things, bro. And what he doesn't understand is the things that he's done has helped other people. Off of the song we did with Rihanna, I went to Greece to work. They flew me to Greece for a week. I wasn't even the main producer, so I just put the harmonies in. I did things like that. It allowed me, I'm one of 4 people a part of that song, and it took me across the world. That was like a stepping stone. And then when that song came out, when we did the Brandy record, it shook the industry. Like all of the writers and producers, the insiders of the industry, they were like, man, y'all got to hear this new Brandy record, blah, 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 blah. They thought Rodney Jerkins did it, but it was not. He didn't do nothing on that song.
That's T.I. like biggest song, ain't it?
No, he did Justin. TC did. He did Justin too. That Justin was crazy.
Shout out to TC.
Yeah,
man.
TC did Justin.
Yeah,
Justin Bieber too.
I had some people's songs, man. I've had some of their biggest songs.
Records. Yeah,
I've been proud of that.
Yeah,
and I like. Well, I haven't done it in a while, but I'm about to get back to it. But I like the fact that I could bring somebody new in. You know what I'm saying, and that got some talent that just don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying, and we break bread. You know what I'm saying? That's what I've been on lately.
And that's key, bro. And everything we're up here talking about, ladies and gentlemen, and those who are watching us, or the couple hundred people that's watching us, everything is about relationships. Imagine way back in the day when I got his track, and the artist tried to use his track and didn't pay for it. But I would not allow them to get their material until they paid this man, which was nothing but a couple of $100s.
I saw that's very honorable.
The couple. But listen to this: as being a man of integrity, I wouldn't let it until they paid this brother, which I did not know him at the time, but it was the principle. That couple of $100s made me hundreds of thousands of dollars, literally, because of a couple $100 somebody owed this brother turned into.
You taking me to dinner tonight?
Hey man, you know, ain't nothing to it. I flew you here. I might well go and get you something to eat. You know what I'm saying?
No, all that.
But literally, think about the power of integrity and relationship. So always be a man or woman of integrity, man, because you never know where it can take you later on down in life, later on down in your life, and in your business life. Because one thing they can never say about me is I done bad business. If somebody ever said that to you, FaceTime me instantly.
Me too.
Cause
I'm big on that. Like,
man,
I don't ever want that on my resume. Yep. As like he stole money from me, or yep. he tried to snake me on this song, or he took me off the song, or I don't want none of that ever coming into my on my name. You know what I'm saying? When they say Sounds or they say Kenny, work with him, he talented. You know what I'm saying? He cold. Like, that's all I want associated with my name. Like, no bad business. You'll never find a story where I kick somebody out the studio. Nothing like that.
Yeah,
like
same, bro. I've had more issues with people I've tried to help than people that don't even know me. Literally, people who had no money coming in, that had no place, nothing for real, that I tried to help. I had more issues with those type of people than people that, you know what I mean, that has stuff going on. Like people who were nominated Grammys before we were all that. I had way more great times with those than people I'm trying to put food on your plate, money in your pocket. Like, so literally, and guess what? It did not stop me from giving, because anybody pay any money to get in here today? Anybody? I'm doing it for free just to help people. Still to this day, it didn't stop me. All it did was continue to elevate what I do, literally. So that's how I look at things, man. Everything is about relationship. You know what I mean? It's about making sure that you're consistent in your business. And everything Kenny has talked about was about the consistency in his business. If anybody got any questions for him, there's a mic right there. Y'all go ahead and hop on that mic, and let's get your questions. Hop on that mic over there, young man, and tell us, you know, and run your question. What's your name, boss?
My name is Adam.
Adam, how you doing,
man?
bro?
I'm doing good.
What's your question, boss?
How do you promote your music? Like, how do you promote music and stuff like that?
Like,
how do you promote your music?
As a creator or as an artist?
As a, like, song artist, how do you promote your music? Because it's really, I don't know how to.
I think right now in the social media era right now, you got to really be on your phone showing talent somehow. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's you're an artist, you're a producer, you're a writer. I think right now that's like the climate we in right now. You got to show what you do, you know. Not to say I hope it get viral. You got to be consistent with it. You just got to keep posting, and hopefully a video get caught. You know, all it takes is one video. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then one video gets you a lot of different type of work, and people be hitting your phone up. Yeah, that's how I would go about it.
Consistency, boss.
Yep.
Yeah. Next question. What's your name, boss?
My name is Antoine.
Antoine, what's up, bro?
Can you walk me through just like a production deal as far as how do you go about it with an artist and like what everything that it entails? Like
if you see it, like an artist that you like, you want to like do a production deal with?
Yeah.
I'm very humble when it comes to that because I feel like don't nobody want to sign with me, but most times the artists do want to sign, but it's mostly like you want to make sure that you're respected as a producer so the artists don't really disrespect you because artists, they all about them at the end of the day. So I had the respect. That's how I didn't sign nobody until I had that respect on me because you're not about to be like telling me what the situation going to be. You know what I mean? But most times I would find an artist that really wants to sign with you, that really ain't really looking for the money. They're looking for the opportunity. And I would present an opportunity instead of like a bag or something like that. It's more of like that's a partnership.
Right.
The last artist I signed to a production deal was a partnership. It wasn't like you signed to me. It was more like I respect what you bring to the table. This is what I bring to the table. Let's eat. And this is all just titles and you know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
It's all title. It's really about who's gonna eat on what. If we do a deal, all right, I want to get my imprint. I want my label thing on this so I can bring other artists. It's little things you can work out, but sometimes when you do these deals where you got to front the money, front the studio, front everything for the artist, then you're taking majority share of the, so as long as the artist can understand that, yo, this guy is fronting most of the bill, he's gonna get majority share of what this makes, then I would sign that artist. But if the artist is like, well, it's super combative, I think you got to get your leverage up. When your leverage up, it's not gonna be combative. It's more like, I'm with your program, let's do it. Then you can lead and then get them to the right situation. But if it's like no leader, they don't respect you as a leader, then you can't lead them to the promised land.
Okay.
And it's gonna be more of a headache, a hindrance than a
It'll
help.
be a headache.
You don't want that. Trust me. You do not want that.
Can you also do the flip side of just y'all made some records and then you trying to get it to a label, you trying to shop it? What does that entail?
It tells a lot of no's. You know what I'm saying? You definitely gonna hear a lot of no's, but I think these labels nowadays, they're not really looking for artists like that, like an email, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
they like you said, they lazy.
Lazy.
The artists got to be popping on their own.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And they just like, okay, now you're popping. We can globalize you now. We can bring you to the global and make millions off of you. But really, I think the artists need to have something buzzing on their own somehow. You need to get them a record booming, or maybe get them like a feature or something, like something in the city, something to get them buzzing, so the label can look at them like, okay, they booming in their city. Let's check it out. Let me look into the more depth of what the artist is. And they looking at the numbers. Okay, me in Milwaukee. Okay, this artist dope. Oh, this many monthly listeners. You know what I'm saying? The monthly listeners looking good. Then they get more interested into what you got going on, and then hopefully they'll be on your radar. I mean, you'll be on their radar. And when you're on their radar, all it takes for one song or one viral video to go, and then they'll hit you up. But I think, what you think about that?
I think a lot of times everything is about leverage. So I remember an artist I was working with taking their material to different labels until one label, and there was something Kenny said about signing with somebody who believes in you over the amount of money. There was a label that believed in this particular artist that I was working with, and that artist wanted to sign with that particular label as well. But when the heads of that label showed interest in that artist, the labels that I went to, I personally went and sat into the office and played the artist's music for, weren't moved by it. I literally had emails from those exact same executives that I was there playing this artist's material for. But because this other company showed interest, now all of a sudden they wanted them. And they were trying to offer more money. But at that point, it goes back to what Kenny said. It wasn't about the money. It was about who actually believed in that artist. And because this label believed in that artist, regardless if this other label was offering more money, we were going to go with the artist the label that believed in the artist over the one who had a bigger advance. Because one thing about an advance, it has to be recouped. And when that money is gone, it's over with. So, and the other label believed in this artist so much, they explained to me when I had a conversation with them, these other labels going to give you more money up front, but they're going to have a cap to blow your artist up on how much money they're going to give you, $500,000, $1 million. With our label, ain't no cap. We're going to spend whatever it costs to get the artist there. That's the kind of label you want to work with, because it ain't about how much money they put in your pocket. It's about how much money they put behind you. That's the label you want to work with, the one who's going to put whatever it takes behind you to make you this big artist, because it takes money to do that. And if you're a female artist, times that by 2 or 3, because you got hair and makeup, all that other type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? A male artist, you can get him a haircut, throw some necklaces on him, and it's over with. He out here. Don't even have to get him a haircut. Throw a hat on him. You good. You know what I'm saying? But a female artist, it don't work like that. So you got to think about it just like that. Who's going to put the revenue behind you, not who's going to give you money up front. All right? Appreciate your question.
Yes, sir.
We'll take one more before we get out of here. What's your name, boss?
Silky Jose, Chad,
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yes,
Love
sir.
The opportunity, BMW, Kenny, thanks
What's
for
good, my
being
guy?
here. Man, just appreciate you being here. Oh,
Yes, sir.
God.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
The question, first off, you hit on some major points about ego and sharing is caring. And my question, just off a general consensus, when it comes to sharing is caring, assuming that everyone is at a similar status level, what's your ideal royalty splits or credits in regards to between the artist, the songwriter, production, manager, just in general there?
Oh yeah, break it down for y'all, man. Now I always felt like, and I'm very fair with publishing because
Yes, he is. I'm a living
I
witness.
feel like people should get what they, you know what I'm saying. So, of course, the beat is 50, but whoever did the beat, y'all should do that fair. Now, if someone just laid a hi hat on the beat, then he ain't gonna get 10, 15%. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if you're being fair, I feel like if I wouldn't work with a situation with somebody where they think they're going to put a hi-hat or a clap on my beat and want something, First of all, you got to put yourself in situations where people, they're going to equally contribute, every time y'all work. So then it's not really a problem of splitting it down the middle with everybody, whether it's two people.
Yep.
Sometimes today you got 5 producers, you know what I'm saying?
Beat, yeah.
It's ridiculous, but yeah. But I'm used to splitting nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like I usually make the beat, right? But if you split the beat 50, the hook is about 20, 25,
Yep.
depending on what the artist.
You're right.
I always say if the artist is like a big A-lister and
Yep.
they demanding publishing,
Yep.
I feel like we should all hit it down the middle.
We should all split it. Yep.
Should all split it down the middle.
Yes.
But sometimes they'll put it on the writer to take the hit,
That's not fair.
and that's not fair at
At
all.
all.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like if the artist saying, yo, y'all want this record to be a single, you want me to be behind it, I need 20.
Everybody should get-
20%.
yep.
So now y'all pie from 100 is really y'all splitting it from 80. Y'all
Yep.
need to do the percentages equally from the 80
Yep.
instead of the 100. Beyonce, I heard I ain't gonna say, but some artists take 50. You know what I'm saying? So you end up splitting 25 now for the producers, 25 for the writers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I did a record, for example, on Chris Brown Indigo album. It's a record called what is that record called? It's a record on the album with Juicy J, Juvenile. I did the second half of the beat. The first half of the beat was Scott Storch, his producers. So usually it would be 100%. You know what I'm saying? But we had to split 2 songs into 100%.
100%. So it start off with 50
Yeah,
per song.
because when they do those split songs, when you see a Travis Scott and they got 3 songs in one, that's considered 1 song. That's not considered 3 songs. So everybody get paid off that 100%. So me doing the whole beat on a usually would give me 50%. Splitting it with the artists and all the producers, plus splitting with the song before, I end up getting 7.5% off of doing a whole beat. You know what I'm saying? Which isn't normal. Every case is different. You know what I'm saying? But 7.5% on a song when you did the whole beat is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So that's another reason why I was like contemplating the industry too, because I felt like,
You're getting jerked.
yeah, the industry where I came in, where I can produce a song by myself. Now I'm on a song with 5, 6 producers.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? It's like it's kind of crazy as far as for people's pockets. So I don't condone it. You know what I'm saying? As far as like having a lot of people in the room, but try to keep it as minimum.
Yeah.
I think that's how you're gonna keep the publishing really great. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 1, 2 writers, 1, 2 producers. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you got a musician player, you want to give them some pub, being nice, I give musicians some pub too. 2.5, 5%, whatever, just for playing on the song, even though they'll try to hit them with a work for hire. You know what I'm saying? Just give them a little something so they can want to keep working.
Yep.
You know, people just be like so stingy with their bread or with a little percentage. That little percentage, man, just give it up.
Yep. Go a long way, man. Listen, we appreciate that question, bro. So we can wrap this thing up. Did anybody pay to get in here? If you paid, raise your hand. Nobody paid, right? Okay, cool. So in closing, I'm going to ask 4 people. Patrick, raise your hand, please. He can't because he's filming. But he just said, I can't. The gentleman right there, I need 4 people to go to talk to Patrick about how sitting here with this genius has impacted you today. If you don't mind, since you didn't pay a dime to get here, Patrick's standing right there. I need 4 people to go talk to Patrick right after this about what they've learned, what they got out of speaking with this genius brother. Can we show sounds about BMW Kenny some love today?
Appreciate y'all, man. It was
Listen,
a
man,
pleasure.
he dropped some gems, man. You came a long way to drop these gems for free for people. This is what we call free game right here. So I want to thank everybody for showing up, for coming out. The audience is packed today, man. I appreciate it. Shout out to everybody who's watching us on Facebook Live, man. I appreciate everybody for that. And what I like to say in closing, and always in closing, a legacy is not what you leave for people. It's what you leave in people. So when you continue to do things like when Kenny comes to do things like this, and I continue to do things like this, it's because what we're doing is we're spreading our legacy and our wealth of knowledge that we've been through, and in hopes that you're taking things from each one of us that you can use later on in your life. It may not be for 5 or 10 years, but you're able to use it in situations that's going to then create legacies for your family as well, like it has done for ours. You know, I like to say we live in our dreams currently, except we're not asleep. And I want to make sure that other people have the opportunity to do and see the world as we've seen it, fly around the countries, different countries for free to do things that we love to do, that we're passionate about. And if it can happen for us, I grew up on 16th and Atkinson. And if it can happen for me, it can happen for you. If it happened for Kenny, it can happen for you.
41st and Locust, man.
You see what I'm saying? So we from here, you know what I mean? I went to King, you know what I mean? So if it can happen for us, it definitely can happen for you. And one thing about a dream, it never expires. All right, thank y'all. Peace.
Peace.